Alright, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Tyler here. So I just wanted to come on very quickly and kind of talk about a couple things. Here recently, well, I'm not gonna say here recently, as of today, I did get my July Ipsy bag, which looks like this, and it comes with, your standard 5 things. But one thing that kind of upset me about receiving this bag was that I received an email from them earlier this month asking to verify my card information, which hasn't changed, but saying if I didn't verify that they would not charge my card, but they charged it anyway, hence why I have the bag. I did already try on one of the products in the bag, which is this Ciate Watermelon Burst Hydrating Lip Oil. Looks like this, and looks like this. Currently, I don't have on makeup because, for what? We're in a quarantine situation, and yeah, there's that. There's no real reason to get done up. Yeah, no reason. But aside from them charging me anyway, I will be canceling my subscription to them. Not because I don't like the products that I've received, but I mean, on top of saying that you won't charge me unless I verify my card information and charging me anyway, that's kind of not good. And I mean, I do have baby on the way. I don't know if I touched on this in one of my last videos, which is probably like an older video, but I am pregnant. As of right now, I am 6 months. I just hit 24 weeks as of yesterday. So there's that. I'll try and film a video tomorrow kind of showing the bump and whatnot. Not gonna show it now because that will require me getting up, and I really don't want to. Aside from all of that, I do have a dentist appointment on Friday, so I will be getting like pink or maybe like a magenta color because I got red and it's looking kind of orange. But I guess that tends to happen. But I don't really drink soda like that or really anything sugary. Like, I mostly drink water, so I'm like not understanding why my braces are turning a color. Like, I don't use any crazy kind of like toothpaste or anything, so I'm like, what the frick? What's another thing? Oh the fuckery of being an essential worker during this pandemic that is probably never going away. Oh gosh, hold on, my hips are starting to hurt. Here we go. But yeah, that's fun. So, as I said, being an essential worker, meaning I have to still work while a lot of people are unemployed and receiving like unemployment, or people that are employed and still filing for unemployment, or people that have received like a stimulus check and stuff like that. I was not one of those people, so there's that. What else? So far at work, it's still dirty. They have not sanitized or cleaned or wiped down anything. I think the most that they've done is probably like swept the floor, but that's pointless in itself because it's like, okay, well, it's just gonna get dirty all over again. But at the same time, it's just kind of like, if that's the mindset they have for the overall hub that we work in, it's just kind of like, okay, well, I hope you know that people are going to be getting sick because you guys do not sanitize or wipe down anything. This place has been covered in dirt and dust for years. Like, longer than I've been alive, more than likely. And it's just kind of like, on top of that, the confirmed cases that have been confirmed at the job, they don't tell you who the person is, what department they worked in, what shift they were on. So they're just kind of like, oh, well, now we want you guys to take this optional pre-work health check, but we're trying to push it on you, but it's not mandatory. And I've asked a lot of questions because it doesn't seem right. Because it's like, if you really cared about who's coming into work, whether they had a fever or not, it's like, well, you do know that there are thermometers that you do not even have to touch the individual's forehead to get a reading on their temperature. And right then and there, you can tell if they have a fever or not for you to let them in the building. Even let them inside the guard shack before they get to the building. But it's like, you're not doing that. And it's just kind of like we don't know who has it or anything like that. So we could be working with somebody who doesn't even know that they have it or has it, and they're just kind of like, well, I can't afford to not work at this point in time because I don't. Sorry, she's kicking. I don't know if I'm gonna get paid while I'm off for 2 weeks during my self-quarantine and things like that. So it's just kind of like, how do you expect for everyone to do this pre-work health check if you guys aren't taking the proper precautions to make sure that everybody's being safe? And it's like, oh yeah, well, we'll hand you guys a mask. And it's like, okay, that's nice. But there's no social distancing inside of UPS. Like, everybody's pretty much on top of everybody. If you have to work in a truck, 9 times out of 10 you're working in there with someone else. So you're not 6 feet apart from anybody. You're not even 2 feet. Like, and it's like, in certain areas you can't be 6 feet apart because you have to work like next to someone. So it's like, what's the point of having people go through taking this little 2-second questionnaire every single day? But again, nobody knows. And it's just like, okay, and if somebody did know, they could just lie and say that they don't have any symptoms and still come into work, and someone could possibly get infected because no one inside of UPS really wears a mask at all. Like, at all. And it's like, I'm wearing one because I just feel like I have to obviously protect myself and my unborn child. But at the same time, it's just kind of like, I already know if I were to try and take leave, how long it would take for them to actually approve it. And it's just like, I can't not be having some type of income coming in to continue to be able to help buy things for my daughter, who will be here in 3 months. Like, I don't have the time for that. And it's just kind of like, it sucks because I feel like I have to go to work, and I don't want to have to wait for unemployment and things like that, or have to wait for other people to be like, oh yeah, well, I'll buy something, and then they never do. And it's just like, I need these things now. Like, I need to be prepared before, she gets here. So when I do take leave, like, I'm not gonna have to worry about anything except for the occasional, like, hey, like, here's the grocery list can go to the store because I have to pump or I have to feed the baby or baby sleeping. We're not gonna wake her up just to go to the grocery store. Plus, who knows how everything's gonna be like playing out, and it's just it's a crazy time right now. It's a crazy time to be alive. It's a crazy time to be giving birth and procreating, but you know, it's what we do, I guess. But it's just kind of like, what does one do when you have a job who only sees you as a number? Which, I mean, I'm guessing most other jobs do, but it's like, it's not as blatantly disrespectful as it is working for UPS. Oh my god, this is going to drive me nuts. Okay, whatever. It's just kind of like whenever I go to my doctor's appointments, like before I even get up to the actual office or even really into the hospital, like as soon as I enter the door, they take your temperature and then they give you like a wristband to pretty much say like, hey, this person has regular temperature, blah 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 blah. And then even when you get into the actual doctor's office, they ask you like a million questions about like if you've traveled recently, if you've been around anybody who has it, any confirmed people that you've been around, and all this other stuff. And it's just like, to the best of my knowledge, I can answer no to all of these things. Like, I haven't had any symptoms, like none whatsoever. I think the most that I had was probably like 2 months ago or like a month and a half ago. I was having like these really bad headaches, but it was ultimately due because of my lack of appetite. And obviously, you know, when you don't eat, you get a headache. So it was like after my appetite came back and I started eating like regularly, headaches were gone. I haven't had any coughing, sneezing, diarrhea, any of the symptoms that come along with it. I do check my temperature like once or twice a week just to make sure, and I like keep everybody kind of like on the up and up, like, hey, I'm not feeling too hot, like just going on. But it's just kind of like, what a scary time right now. And it's just like there's so much going on, and it's like, what is the future gonna look like? And that's something that I'll like sit and talk to my boyfriend about all the time, and I'm just like, it scares me. Like, what is the future gonna be like for our daughter? Because like of what's happening now, like, is anything going to go back to kind of normal? Like, I know a lot of things are still shut down and they're actually lowering capacity or they're shutting back down. And I think I saw on Facebook like there's some apartments in California that like completely shut down, and it was mandatory that everybody got tested for COVID and had to pretty much stay in their houses unless they were an essential worker. Like, they were deactivating key cards to get in and out of the gate. It was crazy. Crazy. But yeah, it's just kind of like what's gonna happen? Like, if I have to homeschool, I'll do that. I've always wanted to be a teacher anyway. But yeah, it's a crazy time. But yeah, I'll try and talk about some more stuff tomorrow, or maybe if I feel up to it, I'll probably upload twice today. Just filming another video, but as of right now, that's about it. So I just hope everybody's being safe, is social distancing, and taking care of your family for the most part. Like, these jobs, sad to say, don't give two hot shits about you. You need to worry about the health of yourself and your family, because that's what comes first. Like, there will always be jobs, but you will never be able to replace your family members. Period. But thank you guys for watching, and go ahead and like and subscribe. Share the video if you want to share the video. If not, thanks for the views, and you guys be safe out there.